Hey guys, today is November 19th, 2012, and as you can clearly see by the way I'm dressed, I just got home from work. But today I wanted to talk about something that just recently happened, which is yesterday was the last day I drove my truck. For those of you who may or may not know this, for the last 3 years, I have driven a 2004 Dodge Ram truck that had belonged to first my dad, then my grandfather, and then it belonged to me. And this was my first car, and I named this truck Roy. And yesterday, well, this morning actually, Dad traded Roy in so that way he could get a new truck, and I got my dad's Honda, which is a very nice Honda. I've named it Ruben. Dad didn't name it, but I chose to name it Ruben. But yesterday, I took Roy on what could be called a farewell tour. I drove him around one last time, and I went shopping and picked up things and took my mom in him and drove around. And I know it's strange to have an emotional attachment to a vehicle, but it's my first car. You always remember your first car, no matter how much you loved or hated it. And yes, Roy didn't have power locks or windows, or he had a CD player, because he was a 2004 Dodge Ram. We're not talking like, mid-90s Dodge Ram. But his air conditioning had gone out, so for the last 8 months I've been driving without air conditioning, and sure, he was a gas guzzler, but still I didn't have a car payment. And just, I'm gonna miss Roy. I'm gonna miss the truck. I'm gonna miss driving around in him. I'm gonna miss being up so high, and I'm gonna miss winning an accident, because in every accident I have been in with this car, I've won. Mostly because people have hit me and I get out of my truck and they expect me to be this big burly trucker, and here I am, petite blonde girl, getting out of the truck, looking at her bumper going, "You knock some dust off," while I look at the sad hood of the car who hit me. Unless another truck rear-ended me, that usually we cancel each other out and no damage is done either way. So I'm still gonna miss Roy. I mean, driving Ruben is nice. I mean, he has air conditioning, he has a 6 CD changer, and power locks and windows. And I can fit more than 2 other people in this car with me. It's just driving Ruben to work today for the first time, because now Ruben is officially mine. The Honda is now mine. And I noticed several other differences between Roy and Ruben. First off is I have a back seat. Getting used to having a back seat is going to take some, getting used to. And also, the parking brake's in 2 different spots, because in my truck the parking brake was on the floor next to the other pedals. So as I'm pulling up the parking brake, which is a handbrake in Ruben, I'm stamping on the floor looking for the parking brake. And Roy's gear shift was on the steering column, and Ruben's is in the console. So I'm turning on the windshield wipers trying to put the car in drive this morning when I realized it's there. So it's going to take some getting used to. And yes, Ruben's a safer car, and it'll be better for me when I go off to college, but he's not Roy. And I'm going to miss Roy. And yeah, I wrecked him, and I could have treated him a little better, but it was my first car. And you get oddly sentimental, and you get oddly attached to these things. And I will always tell people of my first car. Not necessarily my second car, but my first one definitely. Because let's face it, guys, your first anything, your first bike, your first fall down the stairs, your first dog, cat, boyfriend, girlfriend, you always remember your firsts, no matter what they are. And so, goodbye, Roy. I'm going to miss you. And Ruben and I will have fun times, but he's not you. Anyways, guys, that's all I really wanted to talk about today, and I will see you guys later.